Well, the shadow. My favorite topic, if I'm being honest. Not because it's pleasant, it isn't, but because it's where the real work begins. You can theorize about archetypes all day, discuss the collective unconscious over coffee, but the shadow? The shadow shows up uninvited. It raids your fridge at 3 a.m., leaves muddy footprints on your pristine ego, and refuses to leave no matter how many times you ask politely. I spent years trying to explain this concept. The shadow is the unconscious aspect of the personality which the conscious ego does not identify with. Dry as dust, that. Important, yes, but hardly makes you feel it in your bones. Now, our dear poet, Mr. Hollins, that theatrical Kiwi fellow, he's taken a different approach. He's made the shadow concrete, given it teeth and fur and attitude, made it dance the tango, haunt digital screens, leave lipstick traces on coffee cups, made it sing the blues, box in midnight gyms, bloom as midnight orchids in shadowed gardens. What strikes me about this chapter is how Stephen refuses to sanitize shadow work. There's anger here, grief, the unbearable weight of a dead dog's memory. There's the raw copper tang of truth. This isn't psychology as intellectual exercise. This is psychology as lived experience. And the music. Oh, the music. I cannot hear it, deaf as a post, sadly. But I trust that blues and jazz and tango and tribal rhythms do what my academic prose never could. They bypass your clever mind and sink straight into your body's knowing. So let's see what he comes up with, First poem, The Wolf I Feed.
There's a wolf in my living room, lounging on the couch I never sit on, remote in paw, flipping through channels of memories I pretend don't exist. I've tried to ignore him, but he raids my fridge at night, leaves muddy paw prints on the linoleum, trails of my denied wildness across the pristine floors of my ego. In the basement of my dreams, his howls echo like forgotten truth. Rage, desire, power, fear, each note apart I've caged away. Maybe it's time to pull up a chair, crack open a beer, hear what he has to say. After all, these shadows are mine to claim. Might as well get acquainted with their teeth. I reach out, hand trembling, to touch his fur. It's softer than imagined, like the gentle side of darkness. As my fingers sink in, the wolf dissolves, smoke and shadow seeping through my skin. In the mirror my eyes gleam with wilderness, my smile shows a hint of fang. The remote grows hairs forgotten on the floor.
Well, well, the wolf isn't in the forest. He's on your couch, remote in paw, flipping through memories you pretend don't exist. That is shadow work, stripped of all mysticism, made domestic, made real. Notice the progression: living room, basement, mirror. Resistance, recognition, transformation, and that crucial moment: pull up a chair, crack open a beer, hear what he has to say. This is integration, not elimination. What we fear in our shadow is rarely as monstrous as imagination makes it. The wolf dissolves, smoke and shadow seeping through my skin, and the mirror shows the gift. Eyes gleam with wilderness, my smile shows a hint of fang. Wholeness includes wildness. What's lounging on your couch right now, refusing to leave? What would your wolf say if you stopped trying to shoo him out the back door? Before we move on, a few practical things. Take a piece of paper, write a dialogue with your inner wolf. Let him speak first. You might be surprised what he has to say. Then, and this one is interesting, move like your shadow self, not how you normally walk, sit, hold yourself. How does the part of you that you've been ignoring move through the world? And throughout your day, simply notice. Notice the moments of internal resistance. Where do you feel yourself pushing something away? That push, that's your wolf knocking. I'll leave you with something I wrote many years ago. It still seems to me the truest thing I ever said about this work. How can I be substantial if I fail to cast a shadow? I must have a dark side also if I am to be whole. Think about that. From the wolf on the couch to the curator in the skull. Ha! We are moving deeper into the gallery now. The wolf was visible, inconvenient, but at least honest. This next shadow is more dangerous, because her work looks civilized, looks chosen, looks like taste. Curated consciousness. She is not careless, she is not forgetful, she is meticulous. This museum curator lives in your skull, right now, making careful decisions about which memories get gallery lighting and which ones go face down in the basement. Our poet has written a song about this, what we choose to see. This dark psychedelic ballad, contemplative but unsettling. I think you will recognize the gallery. Most of us have been hanging the wrong paintings for years. Let's hear it.
There's a museum curator in my skull, shuffling perceptions decked with careful hand. In the gallery of family trauma he's only the frames we understand. locked and throws away the key. What we choose to see, what we choose to see. The art of selective blindness, painted thick with good intentions, while the basement holds the exhibit, not ready for the question. And I choose what to remember, I choose what to see. The curator keeps the dark rooms locked and throws away the key. What we choose to see, what we choose to see. But sometimes in the shadows, a forgotten painting bleeds through, and the curator's careful curation can't hide what we always knew, that I choose what to remember, I choose what to see. But the truth lives in those dark rooms where I threw away the key. What we choose to see, what we choose to see, what we choose to see.
There's a museum curator in my skull, shuffling perception's deck with careful hands. What delights me and unsettles me in equal measure is the precision of this metaphor. Our dear curated consciousness doesn't leave things lying around. She makes deliberate aesthetic choices. In the gallery of family trauma, she hangs only the frames we understand. We give our wounds the best lighting. We arrange them just so. The prominent wall for what we can bear, the basement for everything else. The wolf was at least honest. Our dear curated consciousness is more dangerous because her work looks civilized, looks chosen, looks like taste. Notice how the refrain begins almost defiant. What we choose to see. Yes, I choose. That is my right. Ha! By the final verse, confessions wait. But the truth lives in those dark rooms where she threw away the key. We didn't just forget, my friend. Our dear curated consciousness locked the door, and then we pretended we lost the key. There is a difference between forgetting and curating. Next time you catch yourself saying, I don't remember, ask yourself honestly, am I forgetting or is she curating? But listen, 135 songs from now, do you know where our poet ends up? A jazz club. Ha! A smoky dive bar of the mind, where every archetype picks up an instrument and plays. The shadow wails on a beat-up saxophone. The anima's sultry voice cuts through the haze, and the wise old man, hunched at the piano, nodding. This is the final poem in Breakfast with Jung, the Psyche's Jazz Club. After 2 shadow poems, you have earned a little music and a drink. Let's hear it.
Archetypes jam on a makeshift stage. Oh yeah, we're all here, bouncers, bartenders, regulars in this gritty orchestra of the soul. Shadow whales on a beat up sax, animus sultry voice cuts through the haze. The wise old man smoking, hunched at the piano, nods to the hero stumbling in, fashionably late. Each of us play in our own twisted tune, part of this cosmic band, whether we like it or not. Whether we like through discord and harmony, we stumble along, improvising the melody of our messy lives. Improvising, yeah. Dreams slipping through the back door. Slip on it. Collective unconscious dealing cards of fate. Synchronicities, drumbeat kicks in right on cue now. As the self emerges from the crowd, ready to solo. Yes, let's play in our own twisted tune, part of this cosmic band, whether we like it or not. Through discord and harmony, we stumble along, improvising the melody of our messy life. The melody of our life. So let's listen to this inner cacophony. Listen now. Play our authentic riffs without giving a damn. 'Cause in the music of our own chaos, we find the universal rhythm of this crazy existence. Each of us play in our own twisted tune, part of this cosmic band, whether we like it or not. Through discord and harmony, we stumble along, improvising the melody. Our messy lives, improvising the melody of our messy lives now. This crazy existence, oh, this existence. Ba-da-ba-da-da-doo. 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 Take it home now. Take it home now.
Wunderbar. Well. What a journey. Ha, wunderbar. And now, a garden on Waiheke Island, of all places. I have to tell you, I had a great night at the jazz club. As you can see, Anima left her calling card on my cheek. The shadow did indeed wail on a beat-up saxophone. The Anima's voice, quite something. And the wise old man at the piano, well, he had a very good evening. You know, I spent 40 years trying to explain the psyche. Lectures, books, seminars, endless seminars. And then this Kiwi poet, sitting on an island I had never heard of, turns the whole thing into songs. 135 of them, at 2 in the morning, after laying floorboards all day. If that doesn't move you, I don't know what will. Support this project. It's for the good of humanity. Consider it an investment in the unconscious. I would contribute myself, but as you know, I have been dead for some time. Ngā mihi nui. Stephen taught me that. Not a bad place to end up, huh? Not bad at all. This passage rock. Ah, between a rock and a sweet place. Very sweet. Before I go, our poet left me with one final thought. Not mine, his. In this gritty orchestra of the soul, even our shadows learn to sing the blues, while dreams riff on tomorrow's wild possibilities. Matewa. Auf Wiedersehen, meine Lieben.